Did anybody enjoy dinner last night? Wow, right? I swear that was the best fried chicken I think I've ever had in my life. Out of this world. So again, thank you to PCI for taking us out and just having a great night. Yesterday, I thought it was a pretty cool first day. It was different. Got some new product brought in, which I think will be interesting and very great opportunity for us. I thought Kevin's presentation was awesome. So everybody needs to get back in the maze. That should be on your to-do list. How many people have a to-do list started? Let me see it. The other thing that should be on your to-do list, should have been one of the first things, is go see another event someplace. That's really a great idea, so put that down if you don't have it. So today's going to be a little bit, actually a couple little clarifications, or just want to make sure everybody understands regarding Infinity chairs, okay, and what they were talking about as far as helping us purchase those, make those. They're given two options. One is a 12-month interest-free financing option. So you'll have a year to pay them off through Synchrony. The other option was you can put a quarter down now. After your first event, they would do the next payment 30 days after that, and then 2 more payments to finish it off, so 4 payments, which I think is an awesome opportunity for us to be able to put these on the floor and actually sell some to pay for them. So definitely take advantage of that. That's while they're here at the sale. So today's gonna be a little bit different. It's a lot of the feedback that we've gotten over the year was that we want to hear more about selling and how do we get better on the floor and products. So we're going to do a couple things. We've got Steve's going to do a talk about the 5-tool player. We're going to have some breakouts where we'll actually hear from experts on how to sell the product better. Michael Davio is going to do a presentation and really show you what a good sales call or sales process should be. And then we're going to have a little bit of the mastering of the sales process, where you're going to hear about different steps of it and how to maximize those parts of them. Do some financing. Chris is going to talk about alternate ways of filling the schedule. And then Morgan and Tom are going to talk about logistically speaking. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting day.
Oh yeah.
So to start off, one of the questions we get a lot is, what's the difference, or what does a top 10 dealer do differently than someone who's maybe not in the top 10? And what Steve's going to talk about now is basically what it is. And that's basically filling your toolbox with everything that you should have when you go to work. And the key things that make, basically from the start to the end of the sale, what it is that's going to make you a top 10 dealer. So to talk about the 5-tool player is Mr. Steve Mills.
So, who knows what a 5-tool player is? Jimmy Street? Where's Jimmy Street? What's a 5-tool player?
Guy who can do every day.
5 tools, okay? It's a can't miss candidate. Pro Scouts use that when they find somebody that says there's no way this guy won't be a huge success in baseball. If you ask anyone in professional baseball today who's a guaranteed 5-tool player, it's Mike Trout. Everybody knows that. There's debate on people under that. But what the 5 tools are is speed. You can't teach speed. You either got it or you don't. Okay? Hitting for average. You got to stay on base. When you hit it for average, you keep innings going. You knock runs in. It's just something that's very, very important. You make contact with the ball. We've got a guy in Texas that can knock it out of the park, but he strikes out 6 times for every home run. That doesn't work very good. The third tool is hitting for power. It takes home runs. It takes RBIs to win baseball games. Home runs win. Okay? Throwing is another one for accuracy and for power. If you can throw, you put people out, you stop innings, you save runs. It's something that's very important. And the last one is being able to play your position in the field. You're going to stop everything that gets close to you. I'm going to catch them all. I'm going to stop them all. I'm going to cut off runners. So those are the 5 tools. Now, how in the heck does that apply to CFS? Well, we have some different tools that we use. And I got to say something to do this, to kind of phrase all this in. We were talking last night. When you go start calling on a sponsor to get an appointment, that's when the time, for me, that's when my clock starts. I've got time vested in this program right now. I go drive an hour, go do the appointment, get a date set, go home, do all the marketing stuff, go back at some point, I do a launch meeting, I go back and I do a parent meeting, I go back and I do a kickoff meeting. I send countless emails throughout that whole process. It could be 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. I got all of that time vested. I have 7 hours to get paid. Think about that for a minute. You have 7 hours to get paid. You have 7 hours to build your wholesale tabs. You have 7 hours to get paid. So having all the tools in your arsenal when you go to that event maximizes your opportunities. Okay? So we're going to talk about the different tools. Number 1 is speed. Run quickly to the top. Okay? How do you do that? I think the easiest way is with pillows, protectors, sheets, and frames. It's additional things. And I'm going to tell you, I looked at all the numbers before I did this. We're not very good at this, guys. There's some people knocking it out of the park. You look at your top 10 dealers and look at those 4 columns of things that they're doing, we're getting it done. But other people are averaging 6 pillows an event, 30% penetration in protectors. So there's a lot of things you can do to improve what you're doing at those. I want to start with pillows. You should have a minimum of 1 on every single bed that you have on display. Not some cheap pillow you bought at Sam's, one of the pillows you sell. Okay, we have 2 on every bed. It takes a little investment, I know, they're 40 bucks a piece, and you start adding them up, that's what they cost, but that's the way you sell pillows. I believe, and I have since the day we started with pillows, that you need inventory at your event. I take close to 100 pillows to every single event. We average over 25 pillows a sale. My people leave the showroom, leave the event with pillows in hand, sometimes 6 or 7 of them. And one of the things that does is you'll have customers looking around and they'll come tap me, what are all those things people are carrying out? Well, they're pillows, everybody gets one. Oh, pillows, what kind of pillows? It creates interest. When a new customer's coming into your event and they see 2 people leaving and they got pillows in each hand and a protector under their shoulder, like, wow, what's that? So it creates something that you don't have if you don't take pillows to the event. You don't have to pay any shipping. You're going to have way more pillow-only sales if you have them there for people to buy. You don't have to go deliver them. It saves you money. There's another way to help sell pillows. Give every person on your staff the pillow of their choice and have them sleep on it. They can't sell the benefits of it if they don't know and experience that. Does that make sense? When I first started pillows, I said, if you sell 10, I'll give you 1 free. Everybody sold 10 by their second event because they wanted a pillow. Something else I started doing differently last fall, when I go to a launch meeting, I take the sponsor a pillow. And I say, I want you to sleep on it. I want your wife to sleep on it, whatever you want. Because when we do that parent meeting, I want you to talk about your pillow. And it's yours, no cost. It's amazing the difference it makes when they go introduce me and say, by the way, guys, if you don't have one of these pillows, you need to get one and tell all your friends because they're incredible. And it's made all the difference in the world. Protectors. How many of you, and I want to see show of hands, have at least 10 protector buns on your mattresses during your event? Okay, about half of you. I talked to George at Maloof. He'll be glad to send you a dozen of them. All you have to do is call him and ask. And you need every type of protector display. Prime, 5-side, and Ice Tech. When you start bringing up protectors as your salespeople, you're moving that bun out of the way, and all you have to say is, oh, by the way, when we pick the mattress, remind me to tell you about this. They're incredible. And then you do it again, and you do it again. Now we're having people tell the salesperson, I make sure I get that 5-sided protector. So they're sold when they get to the desk. So get the buns and put them out there. Sheets. I really don't know. How many people are giving away free sheets with mattress purchase? Who's doing $50 off? What's that cost you? $50. What do sheets cost you? $20. Get the math? In addition to that, I've got $9,700 in sheet wholesale year to date. Get a balcony. It makes sense, and I get probably a third of the people that we're giving microfiber sheets away to that upgrade and buy the bamboo, and I make profit off of it. If you're going to do free sheets, do one color only. And I take them to the event. We take about 80, 100 sets of sheets to every event. You bought a mattress, here you go. And they're like, wow, that's cool. They have something. It makes them feel important. It solidifies and cements your purchase. Frames. I know Blake Lynch leads the world in frames. Okay? But he sells them instead of a box spring. Sometimes, right? Guys, we sell a lot of the high-rise frames for profit. Okay? They're easy to do. They don't have to do a box. They fit inside a normal bed. You can sell the advantages if you've got storage underneath, especially in a guest room or in a kid's room. And it's really easy to make profit out of frames. Chris is going to talk later today about the direct ship opportunity, or maybe tomorrow. Don't worry about if they need a box spring. Just sell them on a high-rise frame and it'll ship right to them with the bed. Okay? Again, opportunity for profit, opportunity to build your wholesale. Guys, how do we get ranked in this company? Wholesale. How much stuff we sell, right? So sell it all, okay? We're leaving so much money on the table in this company, both in profit and in wholesale, because we're not maximizing these accessories. They're easy to do, and I ran my numbers for the year. I will pay for my entire annual sales staff costs just by selling accessories. So my people that are selling the stuff are paying themselves off selling accessories. My schools will make an additional $11,500 this year just off what they get paid off pillows, protectors, and frames. Okay? So that's one thing. The next tool that we need is throwing. So throw another adjustable base on your floor. There was an email that came out from Doug Krinsky last week from Furniture World, and it talked about adjustable base and the growth of that segment and what they recommend retailers to do in order to sell more adjustable bases. Their recommendation in a retail establishment is put, listen to this word, every bed on an adjustable. Obviously, guys, we can't do that. I show 6 models at my event. I do split kings, and I'll do one model of this, one model of that. We do the new one that we can get from Tranquility or from Maloof, the cheapy one is on a queen over to the side. We can be doing 4 or 5 demos on adjustable bases at the same time. And if you'll kind of figure out how they go in a truck, it really doesn't take up that much more room. I say you should have at least 3 models on your floor. And we display the top model and we sell down off of that. Do a split king set. People need to see, because you got people that want that in their home, but they don't know what it looks like. Every woman in here goes, it's got that crack in the middle. It's going to look bad when we put the linens on it. Who sees it? You and your husband, right? Maybe the dog. No one else goes in your bedroom and looks at your split deals. But anyway, make sure you train all your salespeople on every model, what options they have, what features they have, and they know how to do it. And I meant to bring a price book and I didn't get it. But what I do is I have a leather binder. I got it Office Depot. I offer over 15 different models of adjustable bases. All the prices are there. We display them on the top end bed or the base. They buy into the thing that they wanted. And then our next question is, so out of all the features I just showed you on this base, what are the most 2 important things that you want? And I was shocked at how many people, I just want the head up and the foot up to go, I don't need anything else. And our increase in adjustable bases has come from selling the lower end ones. The next tool that we've got is hitting for average. You got to put the ball in play. So how do you do that? First of all, you get a full schedule. You got to have lots of chances. If you got 12 events, you're not going to hit very good for average because you just don't have enough opportunities. You got to get traffic to the event in any possible way that you can. We've changed our sponsor meeting, launch meeting. I said, your number 1 deal, the only thing you got to do is get me that parent meeting and they got to get me 100 people through the door and we're going to sell 75 beds. Our average is up probably 6 units this year. Andrew's going to talk tomorrow about merchandising, but you have to have the proper pricing, especially at the bottom. If the cheapest bed you have is too expensive, what are all the other ones going to be? First thought, they're all going to be too high. So get aggressive at the bottom on your pricing, okay? The other thing is close them all. Do not ever miss out on selling a customer because of money. It's not worth it. They used to say in the car business, nothing happens till someone buys a car. Nothing happens till someone buys a mattress, okay? And selling the most mattresses, you will win in this game. You look at top 10 people, they're all selling the most beds, okay? 4th thing is hitting for power, home runs. You need home runs in your lineup. That's what we're going to talk about today. High-end mattresses, Simmons Black, IntelliBed, Instant Comfort or Intimax, an Air product. And massage chairs. Guys, those are high ticket, those are high profit, and they're game changers. You can have a crummy event when you're only selling 16 or 17 mattresses, you do 3 high-end beds and you just save the day. Home runs win ball games. And chicks dig the long ball. So, for those of you that aren't old enough to remember McGuire and Sammy Sosa, that was actually a cover of a Sports Illustrated back in the day. The last one is fielding. You got to catch them all. And what we're doing with that, it's made a huge impact on my growth in my business this year, is financing. I've said it a dozen times already in this conference, and I'll say it 100 times more. You got to have all the lenders. Do not have any holes in your game. I believe you need a dedicated finance person that understands the programs and how to implement them. Market it every possible way you can. And when you get in those chairs and IntelliBed and Black Ice, if you'll start selling on payments and not on the whole ticket price, the whole mentality of your customer will change. They all want that stuff. You just got to show them how it's affordable in their monthly budget. Okay? So those are your 5 tools. If you have them all, and if you'll run the report on the DDS and look at the top 10 people, the top 10 people don't have any holes. They're doing every one of these things and they're doing them all above average. And it's because, like Tony said, I don't give a damn what it costs to get these chairs at my event. I'm going to get them there. Yep. I don't care what it costs to have a finance person. I'm going to get one. So make the dedication to do it. Your return will be huge. Now, Marty and Kathy, what does this stand for?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Well, you Cajuns would think that.
Snap.
This stands for no one leaves alone. Everybody buys something. I used to, in my furniture store, I had those letters in big wooden blocks above the door as you're leaving. And my sales staff was told, no one leaves alive. We close them all. Okay? I don't care if we had to go in the parking lot, take another $100 out. I didn't care. Everybody left with something. Okay? So in closing, the whole thing is sell them all and sell them all that you have. If they buy a mattress, they need a pillow. They need a protector. Sell everything that we have in your toolbox and you'll be very successful. Thank you very much.